was December of 2005. Mike had gone downtown Minneapolis and he was doing a little Christmas shopping and he had a grand mal seizure. They had done an MRI and they saw what they thought was a tumor. And they suggested surgery. He had 8 really good years of clean scans. And then in November of 2012, it was back. And we knew we had to do another surgery. And Mike had a massive stroke 2 days before his radiation was complete. We spent the remainder of Mike's life in and out of Abbott and transitioned into hospice eventually. We fought hard until that Easter weekend of that year, 2015, and I finally found the peace on that Easter Sunday. It just kind of came over me that Mike wasn't going to get better, and I had to let go. And he died the following week.
My little dog, Boomer, got under my feet. I fell down the stairs and hit my head on the ceramic tile. I was thinking, I better go in and have this looked at because I think I might have a concussion. So they did the CT scan, and then they wanted to do an MRI.
When I arrived at the hospital, she was just coming out of surgery. I met the surgeon, and I said, what's the prognosis? And he said, well, she's probably got a year or 2 to live, because he said she's got a tumor that's not an operable tumor.
And the first year and a half, the tumor was growing. And then it was in October of 2012, he said, okay, get ready now because I'm gonna recommend you doing proton. And then the spring of 2014, if he doesn't walk in to my appointment smiling, and he's like, the thing is shrunk, I'm not concerned. There's nothing better than a smiling oncologist, that's for sure.
I woke up and my arm was deeply asleep, to the point where I couldn't move it. And it progressed to the point where it was the entire left side of my body. So the last time it happened, I actually was sleeping on the couch and Piper was there. I stood up and I was kind of uneasy on my feet. So we went to urgent care that night and they did a brain scan. I get a brain scan every 2 months, and everything was looking really good for the first several scans. And then in March, they found a new area of growth that was pretty substantial. The tumor I have is reasonably slow growing, which is great news. And because of that, they expect many good years of healthy living, and that technology will advance in that time frame so that solutions that aren't available today may be by the time I need them. So that's pretty cool.
When Luke was 2.5, we noticed that he started tripping, kind of falling down a little bit more than a 2.5-year-old should. So we brought him to our pediatrician's office, and she said, you know what? He needs an MRI. He had the brain tumor successfully removed, and then we had 9 kind of normal years of no worry besides just our yearly appointments. And then this past fall, Luke started dealing with a few more headaches. And then in December, he woke up one morning for school and it was a 10 out of 10. About 6 days after the tumor was found on the MRI, he had surgery. All of us thought that he had kicked this and we were gonna go on and be a success. And we still plan on being a success story.
We were each other's halves. We got married at 19. We literally grew up together. Wendy's was a great fit for us. We've been a franchisee for 31 years. The thing that Mike liked the best was he was providing opportunity for people. And that's what he did. That's what he got up to do every day.
My first couple of years with the company and getting to see Dad every day, you know, I'll cherish that forever.
Just everything he did, whether it was being married to my mom or being a father to us or helping others or giving back or running his restaurants. He was exceptional at everything.
I look at all the stuff he accomplished and all the things he did in his life, and I really believe he lived it all.
I run, I bike as much as I can. We like to spend time on the lake.
He's a family guy. We've always been pretty close with our dad, but I think that since his surgery, he's especially excited to talk with the two of us about life and about the way that he's living.
I think he's stronger. Every day when he wakes up, I think he has a mindset like, you know, I'm gonna live today to the fullest.
It took a brain tumor, I think, to wake me up about a lot of those things. Yeah, but you don't have to have a brain tumor to learn that stuff.
Mike and I just always, we kind of grasped life and lived it to the fullest, but more so after a diagnosis like that.
Judy's been positive the whole way. She's been strong and has set a great example.
I know I'm like, okay, I can do it. I can make it to see Sam graduate. That was important. Now I'm going to see him graduate from college. Probably his kids, too.
Luke's an amazing kid.
Amazing kid with more tenacity than anybody I know.
Good heart, positive attitude. He's our hero.
And I'd rather be fishing and hunting and just spending my time outdoors.
He can take something so serious as a brain tumor and put fishing, put his friends, and put everything else in front of it.
To him, it's more of a show what he can do, more than just sit on the sidelines and be down. He just goes out and goes for it.
He didn't really understand as a 2.5-year-old. He just knew that he wanted to keep up with his older brother. Now at 14, he's like, heck yeah, I'm gonna fight this.
The tumor isn't causing his life to be glum. I think the opposite has happened.
A month after his surgery, we were going to Colorado for a family reunion, and we were biking, and he was great at it.
And I probably wasn't supposed to be mountain biking, but we took it slow and it went pretty well. So it was very inspiring to me to be able to be out there doing that. It gave me hope.
With Luke's positive attitude, his spirit, his friends embrace that. And then they can all go out and have a good time and enjoy what a 14-year-old should be enjoying.
It's changed my life too, a little bit.
I bet I've changed a lot of people's life.
The joy of watching him grow up. That's my reward. I get to see him mature and grow up and, you know, just go out every day and make it a great day.
Can't wait to hear what funny stories they told about Dad bumping into walls or...
From the surgery, my dad was expecting to have this super gnarly, very gruesome looking scar, I think.
I got a lot of attention when I first had it. I went to meet some colleagues from work about a week after my surgery, and the bartender bought me a drink. He said, "This one's on me, buddy."
She never thought of that. I don't have well, I have a scar right here, but I don't think I'll be going into a bar trying to show that one off. Probably wouldn't get me a drink.
He hadn't been really wanting to participate in the speech therapy throughout the day, and
He hadn't spoken literally in 3 weeks. They asked him to say 5 words, and he wouldn't do it.
he gets in the car and Mom gets in the car and shuts the door and he goes, "I'm not going back tonight, by the way." And she goes, "Wait, you can talk?"
Oligodendroglioma.
Oligodendroglioma? I don't know. Oli.
Is it oligodendroglioma?
Oligodendroglioma.
Sorry, one more time.
Oligodendroglioma.
Yes.
Okay.
When he just didn't want to talk to any of us or didn't want to do something, he'd just say he wasn't connecting. And
He was connecting.
yeah, he was definitely connecting.
I use the tumor part to get out of class. Just say I don't feel good.
She called it her radiation vacation.
I have a picture of me burning my mask at the cabin. And we got the paintball guns out and we shot it up pretty good. And then we stuck it in the fire and it felt good.
Mike started the golf tournament to raise money for the Dave Thomas Foundation for Adoption, and Mike worked tirelessly.
His final summer with us, got in the car after our golf event, and we knew we had reached the $10 million mark for adoption. And he said, "Okay, it's time to shift gears and start raising money for brain tumor awareness."
I think I'm telling my story because I know of 2 or 3 other people whose story didn't end as well as mine, and I just feel so fortunate. It doesn't always end like this.
If he was diagnosed 14 months earlier, they wouldn't have had this in their arsenal, so to speak. So again, research is super important.
My hope is we go for a couple more MRIs and we don't have any problems, and then we live a long, happy life.
I always hope that he someday wakes up and there's no tumor, but that may not happen, and that's okay. But my overall hope is that we just are gonna enjoy the time we have with him.
My hope for Luke is that he is one of those lucky ones that can beat this and have a life with no boundaries.
I would like them to figure out like a way for cancer to not like be a thing.
Way more research.
I hope that he's able to touch people with his story and with the joy that he has despite his circumstance. And there's so much to be thankful for. There's so much to be thankful for.
There is hope. It's a terrible disease, but I think that they're on the cutting edge of so many things. You can't ever give up on that. You can't give up on that.